What is going on, y'all? Tech Me out here, and today we're gonna be unboxing the new Pixel 6 Pro. I'm also gonna be giving you my first impressions of it, you know, what my thoughts are so far, things I like, don't like, and we're also gonna talk about my current setup that I have for it as well. So, let's get right on into it, y'all. So first things first, in the box, what you get is your Pixel 6 Pro, which before we go any further and take a look at anything else, y'all, can we just admire the design? I absolutely love the design on this right here. From the color to the look to the feel of it in hand. So it has a 6.7-inch QHD display. And this is the big brother to the other option that they released, which is the Pixel 6. This one starts at $899, whereas that one starts at $599, but the thing here though, y'all, unlike some of these phones lately where they've been releasing a larger version and a smaller version, but the internals and things are still the same, there are quite a few differences between this phone and the Pixel 6. Now it does come in a few color options. This one is called Sorta Sunny, and I think it's my favorite out of the lineup. The colors actually remind me of like a pack of Mentos, you know, the mint candy. I don't know, let me know down below in the comment section if y'all can see it too, but like this reminds me of that. But I'm really feeling this ombre effect and this camera bar. I can get with this. Like if you're gonna do a camera bump, this is the way to do it. Because to me, you know, it makes it look different, but a good different. It's like the lenses blend in more with the phone versus being more pronounced, you know? So even though this bar on the back is probably protruding out from the phone, yeah, it's actually protruding out from the phone even more than that on my iPhone 13, but between the two devices, I feel like I definitely noticed the cameras more on the back of my iPhone 13 Pro versus that on the back of the Pixel 6. So I do like this kind of stealth look because it doesn't scream camera. It's like you notice the design first and the camera second. Where on other phones, you notice the camera first and the design second. So yeah, I went off on a whole tangent there. But anyway, I just really can appreciate the design here. The one thing though that I don't like is the location of the power button and the volume buttons. So the volume buttons typically on a lot of phones are located either on the left side, or if they are on the right side, I don't know, maybe it's just me, am I tripping? It always felt like it was the top button and the power button was the one beneath it. I don't know, anyway, bottom line is I keep getting the buttons mixed up. So I'm still adjusting to the location of these. I do accidentally unlock my device at times that I don't intend to. I've also had moments where I pulled my phone out of my pocket and it was recording a video by accident, like. But jumping back to the box, because I'm getting sidetracked here, y'all. In the box, you also have a USB-C to USB adapter, a USB-C to USB-C cable, and you have a little pamphlet here with the SIM tray ejector. All right, and that's it. So yeah, no power brick in here, which is expected, as well as no headphones, which is also expected. But thanks to Qualcomm for hooking me up and not only sponsoring the video, but also for sending these headphones out. The Bose Quiet Comfort in-ear headphones. Now, honestly, I've been wanting to check these out for a while because Bose is like, you know, one of those brands that's just known for good quality products, great sound. And plus, one thing that I really like about theirs is the fact that they have wingtips and can be paired with Android or iOS without a bunch of hassle. But there are a couple of features up here that I really like. Like for one, it has transparency mode, which basically allows you to listen to your surroundings. It also has active noise cancellation, so then you can silence your surroundings. Now, these do have Qualcomm connectivity, which is gonna help in a few areas, such as the sound quality, which might I add, oh my God, these sound so good. Like the bass is pronounced, but not too heavy. There's also a nice distribution of your highs and your mids. So overall, sound quality is top notch. And also with that Qualcomm connectivity, it also offers better battery life. So with these, you get up to about 6 hours of playback. However, though, it can give you up to 12 hours with the wireless charging case, or you can quick charge for just 15 minutes and get 2 hours of playback. Oh, and when it comes to charging, it does charge via USB-C right here on the back of the case. And the case, you know, it's not too big, it's not too bad. So overall though, y'all, I'm sorry, I went off on a whole tangent on these, but overall, as you can tell, I do like them. They currently go for about like, I think $279, so this is about to be the dream team right here. But let's talk a little bit about how this phone has been for me. In short, y'all, I really like this phone, okay? So as you can probably already tell, I'm a huge fan of the design. Like, this is one of those phones that you just marvel at, you know what I mean? To me, it looks classy, like a piece of jewelry. And I know I've used that terminology for other phones as well, but it's a certain kind of phone that fits in that niche. And if you know, you know. But one thing that I am just like, about is how slippery this is, because we have this glass back. So this phone, literally, I've held it like, you know, this. I've held it in different positions and I could just feel it sliding. It's been on the couch and all of a sudden I just hear a thud and it's on the floor. So yes, this is gonna be the phone that does slide out of your pocket because it is mad slippery front to back. There's no type of grip, but they did send out a case, which is decent. When you pop the case on, you know, you just lose that beautiful color. So I'd put a clear one up here, but the case, I will say, does add a bit more grip. It makes me feel more secure without a lot of bulk. So I'm gonna probably swap this out for a clear one. All these coral kind of tones, man. These tones, this color scheme, this color palette. It's not just one color. It's different ones, but they all mesh so well. Oh, even the buttons have this brushed aluminum feel. And the sides are stainless steel, so they're kind of glossy, but they don't seem to be crazy on the fingerprints. And the back doesn't seem to be too crazy on the fingerprints either. So you can still enjoy the beauty of your phone. Another thing I like is just something in reference to attention to detail, and that's the animations up here. Even just the clean layout, from the notification center to the sounds that the device makes when you select things. Everything has just been done nicely. It's a very nice experience. Like, I don't know. Maybe this is just the tech nerd in me, but I was just sitting here kind of smiling. I found my smile just spreading wider as I navigated to different areas of the phone and explored it a little bit more, because everything just felt so refined and so polished and so clean. And that's one thing I like about the Pixel devices, because it's a stock Android experience. So it comes with the core apps and not a bunch of redundancy. Now there is also a built-in fingerprint reader, and in comparison to where it is most of the time on devices, it is a little bit higher on this one, but you know what? It didn't bother me. I actually found that my finger naturally went there. It didn't feel like I had to shift the phone around to, you know, access it or anything like that. So just like everything else on the phone, it's a very nice experience. It unlocked things super fast, so there wasn't any issues there. Like, some of you out there might be able to relate to this, because you know how you get like a device and it just looks so good and feels so good. That alone has you excited to use it before you even power it on. Just the way the device looks and feels has you like, this a go. Now, I do feel that you get your money's worth with this phone. And the beautiful thing is that even though the Pro version, the hero phone, so to speak, still offers a lot for under $1,000, because a lot of the flagship phones that this might be in line with in terms of comparisons, those phones tend to start off at like a base price of what, like $1,000? And it's like that to the point that I am kind of like used to it. So when I hear those prices, it's still like, oh, that's still expensive, but I expected it. So to have something that has this type of design with this type of feature set for less than $1,000 is a treat. Not cheap, but still a treat. Now this display is super vibrant. I love the way that things look up here. I love how the edges kind of spill over just ever so slightly on the sides, but not to the point that when you're using this, you're finding yourself having like a bunch of accidental touches. Now there are a couple of features up here that I really like the object eraser. So let's play with that real quick. If I were to jump into one of my pictures that I have up here, perfect example, there's a lady in the back here that was looking at me and Cam taking a photo. So it automatically, for one, detected that a person was in the background. So let me say, remove people in background. I can then come in here and scrub her face out. Oop, let me get her a little bit more. Let me actually zoom in. Let's go like this all over her to get her out of the picture. Wow. That is impressive. So now it just looks like a photo of Cam and I without somebody peeping in the background at us take our photo. So I can hit done and we're live. Oh my gosh, y'all, that was really impressive. I actually saved this photo to edit in the video. I knew it was gonna do well because I had played with it, but dang. And something else that I like with the Pixel is the fact that it's understanding skin tones better. So you know, when it comes to our beautiful melanin, sometimes it is not properly represented in pictures. So Google took an active approach to make sure this time around that doesn't happen. So I can say so far, in just a little bit of camera sample test that I have done, I do like the way that my skin tone looks. There's also some other features in here like portrait light. You can do color focus and just remove the color of the background. I like that. Or instead of removing the color, you can just make it, you know, a little desaturated so it's still visible but not visible by a lot. Hit done. And oh yes, I love this. But I'm not going to go too deep into the camera right now because this is just a first impressions video. I'm gonna have a review where I go a little bit deeper into this. Something else that's also new up here is the fact that the display has an adaptive refresh rate that can go up to 120 Hertz. That on top of the new Google Tensor processor has given me a really smooth, fluid experience. I haven't really had any hangups or issues when using this. Now there's a lot more that I could get into with this, but I do want to at least take a little bit of time to go over my current setup. So basically what I have up here on my home screen, I am using the default launcher. I wanted so bad to switch to Nova Launcher, but I said, no, we're gonna try to roll with this with the default launcher. The only reason though that I really wanted to install Nova Launcher was for a custom icon pack. So if I could have got a custom icon pack without having to install a launcher, I'd be all right. So this is my lock screen right here. I did just use one of the default wallpapers. I forgot which pack it was, but nonetheless, it's the default one. Now when I unlock my phone, the first thing that I see here, one, is this beautiful wallpaper. I am a wallpaper fanatic. Oh my God, I could just go down a rabbit hole of trying to find the perfect wallpaper for my setup. Between that and picking the perfect widget, those are two of the things that take the longest for me when it comes to my setups. But at the top here, I have the at a glance widget, which changes, I think, throughout the day based on what it determines is going on for me. Like if I have a flight coming up, it'll put my boarding information up there, I think. Calendar events, alarms. So this section of the phone will change throughout the day. Then beneath that, I have a widget installed. The name of the widget escapes me, but I'm gonna throw it up on screen so you know. And then I have another widget installed down here that gives me some information about my phone as well, from the battery to the brightness, and also the song that I'm currently listening to. And then beneath that, I have my apps. So what I did is I basically just put 2 apps in a folder so that I could still see my app icons, but ultimately fit more apps on the home page. So outside of the default apps down here, which actually looks like a lot of default apps, I do have Spotify, which is currently my app of choice when it comes to streaming my music. And then next to that, I have AnyDo. So this is what I'm using as my to-do list. And one thing that I really like about it is the fact that it works between all of my devices, from Android to iOS to my Mac. So it keeps things nice and unified for me. And I love the layout as well. Now moving on to my second page here, I have a folder that has a bunch of different apps that I like to shop on. So you can take a look there. And then I have Amazon, which I know is a shopping app as well, but it needs to be in its own space. I want to be able to access that quicker than the other ones because out of all the shopping apps I use, it's probably the one that I use the absolute most. And then next to that, I have Instagram. That's basically where I update you all on the latest happenings with the channel and also some things that I'm getting into. So feel free to follow me up there at TechMeOut, TechMe0UT. And then next to that, I have Polar. So Polar is the app that I like to use to edit my photos for a lot of different reasons. It's just so simple to use and it gives you so much in one app, so I don't have to jump into a bunch of different ones. So for example, it can detect a lot of different things within your picture, from the sky or a specific color or object. It can even automatically detect your face. So if I were to tap on this down here, it allows me to do some skin smoothing. I could even adjust my head shape, my eyes, my nose, my teeth, my mouth. So there are a lot of, like, I can make my smile bigger because I wasn't really smiling. So, but if I wanted to, I could make it bigger. I could raise the height of my mouth width, or I could just say, hey, let's do the auto adjustment and you tell me what you think is best. But if I were to hit that there, so I'm still not quite smiling, but if you long press, you can see the original versus the modified. So this is before, this is after. So not too big of a jump. But there's just so many things you can do. You can add different filters. You can even add different like light streaks and things like that to your photo. So if I were to go to overlays, I can say, give me a soft light. You know, I can get it like that, or let me delete it. Overlays. I could add a light leak to it if I wanted, but I don't think that's necessary for this one. But anyway, I think you get the picture. There's a lot you can do in this app, way more than I can cover in this video. But that's what I use to edit my photos. Then I have Canva. I love Canva. For all of you out there that do anything on social media, this is the app that I feel is a must-have. It makes it look like you did more than you actually did. But you have a lot of different presets for like Instagram posts, or if you wanted to create a poster, you could use this to do so. It has templates for your Instagram stories, photo collages, phone wallpapers. Ooh, speaking of, let me jump in here. Ooh, I like this one. Anyway, focus. Yo, I get distracted so easy. Sometimes I'll come in here and I'll make things for my Instagram story, especially for those of you out there that do social media. Something that I really like that it offered was a media kit template, which is something that you'll sometimes send to brands to let them know a little bit more about you and your rates and things like that. So if you need help creating one of those, Canva is a great app for that because it already has templates in there that makes it more of a like drag and drop process. Oh, and then on my last page here, I have the AnyDo widget, which allows me to get a glance at my calendar and quickly add any tasks that I need to complete. But ultimately, that is my setup. Knowing me, I'll probably end up changing it at some point, but this is definitely gonna get me started off right here. Oh, I didn't tell you where I got my wallpaper from, did I? That's a default wallpaper as well. I don't remember the pack, but I'll throw it somewhere in the video for you. But I think that's gonna do it for this one, y'all. But definitely let me know any questions that you have about the Pixel 6 Pro down below in the comment section so I can answer some of them in my future videos about this phone. But yeah, as always, thanks for taking the time out to let me tech you out.